friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about just fall planning. So as you guys know, I have had fall on the brain for quite some time now, just several weeks, and typically I start thinking more and more about it towards the end of July, but for whatever reason this year, as soon as July 4th was over, I just started thinking about fall decor, what I'm planning to do for my home this year and things like that. And one of the reasons is probably because fall is one of my favorite times to decorate my home. I love incorporating just like really rich and cozy textures and colors and all of that to my space. So I've been thinking about it for quite some time now, but I wanted to sit down with you guys and just talk to you about my fall planning and just what I'm planning to do in each room. So whenever I do decorate my home, I do my seasonal decorating in my main living spaces. So that would be here in my living room, also my dining room and my kitchen. And I have some fun areas this year that I didn't have in years past that I'm so excited to focus on and put some fall touches to. So one of those things is an accent wall. We also have our breakfast nook now in our kitchen. So just little places like that that I think will be so pretty to add those fall touches to, and I cannot wait. So I do have my phone here, and I have an entire like fall Pinterest board here on my phone. I will be popping up pictures and showing you guys what I have going on, but I do have quite a bit of stuff. So we're going to be talking in detail about a lot of these things, certain things that I'm still on the hunt for. I have done tons of fall videos already. I say tons, it's been like 3 or 4, but for me, the beginning of August, I feel like that's quite a few. So if you are in the market for fall inspiration, be sure to check out my fall 2024 playlist, link down below. I will have that, and I have been to Hobby Lobby so far, sharing like my favorite fall vintage finds. I've also went through my fall tote, so that was just a fun chatty video where I sat down, went through all of my previous year's fall decor, and just decided what I was using again, what I wasn't. I have also shared a huge fall thrift haul, so tons of vintage and antique inspiration in that video for things to keep an eye out for fall decorating. And now today's video. So this is a ton of fun for me. I am so excited to share with you guys, but here I have my fall Pinterest board popped up. As you can see, I have fall recipes. I have a specific folder for fall 2024. Fall day, that is something that is a tradition here in our family. Towards the end of October-ish, it's normally in the month of October, we'll have a fall day, because we're not big Halloween people, where we'll do like a hayride, bonfire, paint pumpkins, and it's just our family and like all of our best friends and their families as well, like our kids and stuff. So that's always a fun day. I do have a small board where it has some Halloween inspo, but it's more like classy. I don't really go for like spooky Halloween stuff, just some like simple cute decorating things. I have my fall board from last year. I have Friendsgiving. We typically always host Friendsgiving, and so I have a whole board on that. Fall tablescapes, fall to-dos, and that's just like fun things that basically like a fall bucket list that I like to have. I have fall porch inspo and fall decor inspo. That's just like an overall general fall decor theme. So I have tons on here, but as far as fall decor goes for my home this year, right? So fall 2024, this year in my home specifically, we have added in a lot more like pattern and more color and things like that. Like we have painted shiplap now. It was once bright white. Now it is like a creamy gray color. Again, with the breakfast nook, we have a whole like wall collage with thrifted frames and stuff. So we'll just go ahead and start here in the living room. But one of the areas that I am really excited to focus on this year is our accent wall that I mentioned. So we have our little like entryway wall. I do have some hooks there, and I have a basket that I'm wanting to simply change out florals and make them more like colorful, like fall, pretty moody colors. So I'm wanting to do that. And then I also have some fall landscape pieces that I'm wanting to print out and change out some of my photos on that wall. One of the things I have been looking at lately are fall like pumpkin photos that are kind of vintagey, and I think they are so pretty. So I have some in my Etsy cart that I'm wanting to print, and I just get those PDFs saved on my computer, and then I print those off at Walgreens. It's very inexpensive. I have shared that on my channel multiple times now, but I cannot wait to do that. I think that'll definitely like add those fall touches in. So that's the plan for that specific wall. The next area that I like to focus on in my living room is my fireplace area, and there's just a few things that I like to switch out on my mantle. We don't have a very deep mantle, and also we have our TV hanging right above it, so I just have like a little wiggle room to mess with, but for that I typically like to add some type of crock or some type of pottery piece and add in those fall like rich florals and stuff. So I'm wanting to do that. Last year I did add like some real pumpkins, like the mini like gourds and stuff, and I did like a little area with those. That was super cute. I do always like adding candlesticks and just like very like minimal things on my mantle, again because it is kind of a compact area and I don't want to do too much. And also in the corner in our fireplace, I do have our accent chair. I might switch out a pillow on that, but overall I don't really plan on changing out much for that. But again, I do have 2 frames over there that I'm planning out to change the art in for more fall like foliage and things like that. As far as the center of our living room goes, I do have our couches here, and I have my coffee table, of course. So as far as the coffee table goes, just wanting to switch that out for a really pretty centerpiece. I love the dried hydrangeas that Hobby Lobby has right now. They are gorgeous, but I'm wanting to take it upon myself and do a DIY version of those. So that'll be in an upcoming video. I will have a full fall DIY video coming your way that I'm so excited about. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to try to kind of mimic that Hobby Lobby look, but save a little bit of money doing that. So hopefully that turns out, but that is my plan for that. I just think that they are so rich and beautiful and I love how they look. So that's what I'm planning to do on the coffee table. And then as far as our couches go, I do have gray love seats. I have 2 gray love seats, and then we have a like brown leather couch, and it already feels pretty like cozy in here. I also have tons of richer like pillow covers and stuff. Like this is one that I will be incorporating for fall. I love this one, and then I have this one here as well. So just these like darker colors. Both of these are pillow covers from Amazon, so I can have my Amazon storefront link down below for you guys if you want to check that out, along with like some extra fall things that I really like on Amazon. But this is kind of like the vibe that I'm going for, just mixed patterns, maybe some plaids. I do have a few plaid pillow covers already and some plaid throw blankets, so things like that. But one thing I would like to find this year, and hopefully I don't have trouble finding it because it is pretty like common, but I really want to find just like a large rust like knit throw blanket, but one that we can actually use. I know that like the Casaluna line at Target and stuff has the rust blankets and whatnot, but theirs are like so big and bulky and you can't really wash them. So I want something that is not only beautiful and will add a lot of like depth and color to our love seats specifically, but also something that we can use regularly and I can wash and not have to worry about it getting damaged. The next area that I'm wanting to focus on in our living room is my buffet right behind me here. So I will more than likely keep the lamp there. We love that lamp. I turn it on every single day, like every single night it is on, and I just love that like cozy ambiance. But I'm wanting to change out my landscape art on there as well. I do have 2 thrifted frames that have just really simple yet ornate detail to them, and I'm wanting to change out the pictures in there. So add some fall foliage, maybe those pumpkin photos that I was telling you guys about. I also recently went to Hobby Lobby and I found some rust ribbed battery operated candles. They are beautiful and I love them so much. So I'm going to be doing that over there with some brass candlesticks and adding some ribbon. It's kind of the gist of what I'm going for over there. And I do have my eye on some stems from Michael's. I don't have a Michael's really close to me. It's about an hour away from my house, and they're just so pretty. It says they're a maple leaf, but they look very similar to a magnolia leaf in my opinion. But I love them because they're brown, but they have that like green tone in them as well. And I love like big arrangements, so I'm wanting to put an arrangement on there and hopefully adding in those stems. Those are the stems that I really want for that space, and that's pretty much the gist for the living room. It is very simple, but I like to do those like just subtle touches that I don't have to change out everything. The bulk of what I would be changing out in this space would be my greenery pretty much, and then some of the landscape pieces, and that's basically it. So that's the goal for this specific room. And then into the dining room, my next plan is to focus on our hutch in there. I typically focus on the hutch and then our dining room table. And then I have a little like chair in a corner that I'll kind of switch out like a pillow or blanket, something like that. Just like a very like simple switch. So that's the plan in there. But for the hutch specifically, I always like to keep my very like vintage antique looking pieces in there that are just really pretty, and I want them displayed, but they're more of like my trinkets, I guess you can say. It's just a very like special cabinet where I keep very like pretty things and just things that I truly love in that space. So I don't have like any other shelving or anything, so that's kind of like my shelves that I use to kind of display those items. But what I'm wanting to do this year is add in a bunch of my crocks and pottery pieces, and then I will also be adding in some pumpkins and just gradually adding to that. And this year at Hobby Lobby I did buy a really pretty wooden pumpkin, so I'm wanting to add that in there, and then just like little touches of like fall foliage and maybe like some pine cones. I do have like bowl filler and things like that, so that's typically like what I go for in my hutch and what I'm wanting to do in that area. And then for my dining room table, I did end up buying some fabric from Hobby Lobby that I'm wanting to kind of use as like a table runner or a table scarf kind of thing, and just add some pattern to my tabletop. And I did find some white and brown, it's actually like a buffalo check pattern, but it is fabric, and I got it cut into a half of a yard, and I'm going to kind of make a pretty arrangement with that. I do have some really pretty like vases and pottery pieces and stuff, and I'm wanting to add in fall foliage to those as well. Maybe add in some candlesticks, things like that. And if you guys would like to see a full like fall tablescape video where I share different ideas, I typically do that once a year when it comes to the fall season. Let me know down below if you would like to see that this year, and that way I can come up with some ideas for you guys and show you how you can do a full-blown tablescape. As much as I love full-blown tablescapes, it's just not realistic in my home, having 3 kids and we're using our dining room table all the time. So but I do like keeping those things out for like special occasions, like when we host our Friendsgivings and dinner parties and things like that. But that is what I'm planning to do in the dining room. And then as far as the kitchen goes, I'm really excited about the kitchen. Typically I don't do a ton of seasonal decorating in the kitchen because we have like minimal counter space, and there's just not a lot of like places where I can put seasonal things. And in the kitchen we are pretty practical people, I would say. We like to have what we need to use and then not much extra. But this year we have our little breakfast nook, and I am so excited for this. So I do have a little nook, like I said, where we have our table, and I have 2 chairs. And I have a plate wall there. I love my plate wall, but I'm wanting to change some of them out for like seasonal colors. So right now I do have like some blue plates up there. I have some emerald greens, even like some mauve colors and things like that, and it's beautiful. But I'm wanting to change them out for some like brown plates or more like rust colored plates, things like that, that will really nod to the fall season. I am so excited for that. So there's tons of plates that I have found on Pinterest that I love that are like true antiques. So I'm sure I'd be able to find some like that at like thrift stores or antique stores. But honestly, I think I can even go to Home Goods and TJ Maxx and find some really good plates there, because I know that they tend to bring out seasonal like tableware and things like that. So I'm gonna keep my eye out there as well, so that way I can completely change those out, and I think it'll look so like warm and cozy. So I'm very excited about that. I also have another half of that fabric that I told you guys about from Hobby Lobby that I'm wanting to put on the tabletop and add just like some really rich colors. I do have a black vase with some like mustardy yellow stems that I think would be really pretty over there. And then I did thrift recently. I haven't shown you guys yet, but they're so cool. I'll add in a clip here. I did thrift these candle sconces recently from the Goodwill, and I bought them for resale originally. and I ended up keeping them for myself because I love them so much. And then I ended up getting an extra set for resale. So it ended up working out. But they are so pretty. They are like a black, like metal, but they kind of have like that rub and buff look to them. And I keep my battery operated candles in there, and it is seriously so cozy. So I am so pumped about that corner. I think it will just look beautiful. And that's like the gist of what I'm wanting to do in that space. As far as the rest of the kitchen goes, again, I'll probably change out like my landscape piece. I do have a piece of artwork in there that I like to keep on the counter, so I might keep that. I might change it. I'm not 100% sure. It fits the aesthetic of fall like 1000%, so we shall see about that one. But then I also like to keep a crock on my counter with like my wooden spoons that I use and everything. And I also found some wooden spoons recently from Hobby Lobby that have like a little pumpkin engraved on the top, so I'm going to be adding those in there, and adding like some type of like small fall arrangement in that area as well. And then I do have a little area where I have my coffee pot and coffee mugs on like a mug rack and stuff. And I typically change out my mugs seasonally. I haven't changed anything out since Christmas, so they're all just pretty standard basic mugs. But for fall, I would like to find a couple like fall colors and things like that that I can hang on there, because those are just really easy yet practical ways to decorate a kitchen. And then that's pretty much the gist for the kitchen as well. Sometimes I decorate the top of my fridge, but we'll see on that. It kind of just depends on what I have left over. That's not like a priority really, but I am super excited. And then of course, once the pumpkins and mums and all of that come out at our local like pumpkin patches, I will be decorating my front porch as well. So if that is something you would like to see, let me know that down in the comments too. But anyways, that is everything for today's video. I think it is so fun just kind of planning and like dreaming about fall decorating, just decorating in general. So if you found this video inspirational, if you found it very helpful and just kind of give you some ideas on what you might want to decorate your house with this season, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and definitely hit that bell notification. That way you're notified every time I post. I post a video every Monday and Thursday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So be on the lookout for all of those videos to come. But thank you guys for being here, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.